Are you interested in buying or selling a townhome in the Waterleigh community of Winter Garden, Florida? If so, this video is for you. My name is Amy Brown. I'm a realtor here in the Orlando area. If you're looking to buy or sell in the Orlando area, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to assist you. Now, I'm going to show you some graphs later on in case you're a visual learner. And I'm going to go through and give you just some of the data of what happened in August 2025. 0 townhomes closed in the month of August. So that sets the tone for all of the data. So there's not a lot of good news if you're a seller of a Waterleigh townhome. There's wonderful news if you're a potential buyer of a Waterleigh townhome. There are 3 pending townhomes right now. 2 out of those 3 are new construction. There is 1 existing townhome that's pending and is expected to close on September 30th. It took that townhome 52 days to get a contract. And this particular home had 4 price reductions before obtaining that contract. There are 10 active townhome listings right now in Waterleigh. 4 of those are new construction and 6 are existing townhomes. And out of those 6 existing townhomes, days on the market are all over the place. They range from 25 days all the way up to 138 days on the market. 5 out of those 6 active existing townhome listings have had 1 or more price reduction to date, and 2 of those 6 have had several price reductions to date. So let's go ahead and take a look at the graphs. The Waterleigh existing townhome inventory, you can see the 6, so it has dropped slightly as a percentage, but compared to what's closing, that 6 is still too high. I'd like to see it closer to last year's fall numbers, where you had the inventory of 3 and 4 and 2. So inventory is still an issue with Waterleigh townhomes. Looking at the days to get a contract, well, and I usually look at this as to what has closed, but since nothing has closed, I don't have a data point for that. So the best information I can give you is the home that's pending. Of course, that may or may not get to closing. We've seen so many homes go back on the market. So that particular townhome took 52 days. So that's what I would have in my head if I were listing a townhome. I would probably expect it to be a little bit higher than that. As far as the townhome median sale price, again, I have no data there because nothing went to closing. So I have no sale data to share with you. As far as the sales, just looking at the trends, you can see we've in April, May, and June we had 3 go to closing. July we had 2. So little surprised to see the complete drop off in August. So that is what's happening in the Waterleigh townhome market. Given all of this data about what's happening in the market, this is what I'm seeing for buyers that are buying in Central Florida. The market continues to shift every single month more toward it being a strong buyer's market. So things are changing rapidly. So if you're a buyer in Central Florida, I've got a lot of great news for you. This is some of the highest inventories that we've seen in this area in about 5 years. So you're not competing in bidding wars anymore. You can shop around, compare, and cherry pick the very best deals. And that's quite different than what happened in this area just a few years ago. So, right now, when you're out shopping for houses, you can expect to receive some seller concessions. Now, this is not on every house because there's the HGTV dream house out there that's going to get multiple offers on day one. And yes, that is still happening. Those houses, you're not getting any seller concessions. Having said that, for the majority of houses, you can expect to ask for things like seller closing cost credits, rate buy downs, or repair credits after an inspection, which did not happen just a few short months ago. So the sellers out there know, or they should know, that the leverage has shifted in this market. Interest rates are lower right now than their highs in the spring, and we have another cut expected in September. We'll see if that actually happens. So you combine the lower rates with the seasonal softening that happens here in November, December, and you could land some serious discounts. Once we get into the holidays in the late fall, this should be and could be another great buying season for buyers that have been on the sidelines, because you have a lot of sellers out there. Once November, December, the holidays hit, they're realizing we're not getting any showings, we're not getting any offers, everyone's off on vacation, you have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas. So that's when a lot of sellers say, let's go, let's drop our price and get this house sold by the end of the year. That's just what our real estate market does here with the seasonal softening. It does take a dip in November and December for the holiday season, with a little caveat: with new construction, builders want the end of year numbers to look fantastic. So they are very aggressive to get homes at closing, to the closing table before the end of the year. So they'll offer a lot of really fabulous incentives to make that happen. So if you are a buyer and you have been on the sidelines, I'm letting you know to get ready to go. And you will need to weigh whether you want to focus on resale homes, existing homes, versus new construction, because the builders have built spec homes. They're also called quick move-in homes, move-in ready homes, and they are discounting those heavily versus if you build from dirt. So at the same time, you're having sellers that are just fatigued. They're tired of having their home on the market 60 plus days. So they are also offering incentives to buyers. But you're really going to need to run the numbers, resale versus new construction. For sellers in Central Florida, it's really coming down to strategic pricing and also preparing your home for the market. It's coming down to getting eyeballs on your property. It's coming down to getting showings. So if you're a seller, you want to forget the pandemic peak pricing. Buyers know that the market has shifted. It's continuing to shift month after month. This is a different market than we were in just a few months ago. So it's rapidly changing. So homes that are priced at market or slightly under are getting showings, and the overpriced homes are just sitting. So you really need to have a strong marketing plan to get the house sold. You need amazing photos, you need videos. Strong social media campaigns are no longer optional. That's how your home is going to cut through the hundreds of other homes on the market and compete. Right now, the first 10 days on the market matter most. Homes that are priced right from day one are actually getting multiple showings. They're getting multiple offers. That is still happening in this market, but you have to be priced right, and your house be prepared. The overpriced homes, they often will have steep price reductions later. There's a home not too far from me that started out a tad too high, not insanely too high, and then they just had such a steep price reduction, and then the home sold. So I'm seeing it right here in my backyard. Right now, sellers are directly competing with builders. So the builders are offering closing cost credits, they're offering buy downs, they're offering some free upgrades. So you, as a seller of an existing home, need to compete with that. So you need to think about what credits you're willing to offer. Are there any upgrades you need to make? What about your flooring? Do you have any carpet that's seen better days? You might need to go ahead and upgrade that, replace that. There's also rate buy downs you could offer. As a seller, you need a plan to grab the buyer's attention.